This is Amy's current crisis.
Yes.
Yeah. Go.
Okay, number one, I always feel really bad about having crises because my mom and dad always tell me to calm down.
Slow.
It never is good. They're always like, stop ruminating. I'm like, no, I will ruminate. Anyway, so I may look calm, go with the flow.
No, you
don't.
don't. You do not.
You're pretty high strung.
But I am very high strung. So, everybody knows that I do not. Well, everyone who knows me knows that I do not do well in alcohol-filled environments. I am 22. Okay, so it is technically legal, but not in Amy land. It's not legal. So
What's not legal?
Alcohol consumption is not legal in Amy land.
Amy does not want to drink ever.
I do not drink alcohol. Never have. Never will. I already know.
It's your enemy.
Okay.
It's my enemy.
Okay.
So.
You got
I really don't like it because I get really high strung and then everyone's just acting weird and I'm like, where did the people go? I don't see real people. What's going on?
Oh.
So I went to California for my best friend's wedding, which was so cute and everything was so cute and the ceremony was beautiful and the reception was really fun and I was like one of the only people dancing at the reception. It was really fun still. So then, I'm sorry. I'm just really a lot. Anyway,
I'm trying to get her to slow down a little
in
so you
the
can
middle
tell
of
what
the
she's saying.
reception-
Amy,
sorry.
I was talking. Don't talk when I'm talking. Keep going.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just get really on track.
Okay.
So then,
Okay.
in the reception.
Pretend like you're talking to grandma.
Okay.
Now talk slow.
So at the reception, I had to get someone to take me to the airport the next morning. So my friend in the reception, she was like, I can't take you to their house next morning to take you to the airport. So I was like, oh, frick, what am I going to do? So then I had to get a whole plan, and I was like, okay, well, I'll call the people. I'm going to stay at their house, and maybe let me stay there tonight so they can just take me in the morning. So I called the guy, and he's like, it's 8 o'clock, literally 8 o'clock. And he's like, I'm already in bed. And I was like, oh, don't worry about it. You're fine. And then he's like, no. He's like, it's okay. Your dad always stays in this room. I'll make it up for you. It's fine. And I was like, okay.
So
then-
you figure
Wait,
out where
I'm
you're gonna
really
stay.
confused.
This is just a part of the story. This was why I got so stressed.
What, you were figuring
I just
She
started
was,
getting
She
stressed.
didn't know where she was gonna stay.
Yes.
And then she
Oh,
figured
wait.
it out.
Okay.
And so
we
this,
will help translate.
I get really okay. I can make a really good plan up front, but not under duress and not in the moment.
Okay.
No.
Got it.
So then,
So you were stressed, and then what
Oh,
happened?
she was already stressed.
so then,
after the
so I was
wedding.
really stressed. And after the wedding, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go out to a bar," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know people do that." And so everyone gets really touchy around me if alcohol is involved, like ever. And another disclaimer: every single human who's going out was over 21. That's really just an obvious thing, but that's just a fact. So then, like, they get really touchy, like, huh, are you sure you'll be okay? Like, are you sure? And I get asked a million times if I'm gonna be okay, and I'm like, okay, I think I'll be okay. Like, it'll be fine. I'll have fun. I'll try. Like, it'll be fine. And I really wanted to be there for my friend because it was her wedding, and I like put a lot of pressure on myself to be there for people. And I feel so like bad when I let people down because apparently it means a lot to them.
Slow down.
When I go to a bar with them. I don't know why. So then they all go out. And I'm like, before we go out, I put all my stuff in my friend's car. And then we go to the bar, which is like across the street from the reception. So we walk there and I'm like, okay. But on the way there, in the whole night, I've been asking my friend, I'm like, oh, so like, can you drive me home like after? Because like I heard like that you weren't going to drink so you could drive. And she's like, oh, we'll figure it out later. Which is my least favorite phrase ever.
Amy,
We will not figure it out
so
later.
the lack of commitment starts to trigger
Yes.
Amy.
So then I get really triggered. So I go to the thing and I'm like, okay, I think I have a ride. She says we'll figure it out later. So I guess that means I have a ride. I'm not sure. So then we go to the bar
Poor
and
Amy.
I'm like in this environment. Everyone's intoxicated and all this like gross music is playing and I felt really bad because there was some that wasn't gross, like, but then there was some that really was. So then I was like, try not to like be like rude or like ruin the mood or like bring anyone down. And then my friend, well, this girl is supposed to drive me. Then I think she thinks that maybe I'm supposed to drive her later or something. Because then she starts drinking, and then I start getting panicked because I'm like, wait, I thought she was supposed to drive me.
And let me just say something the audience is probably thinking. Amy told me she completely forgot about Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just didn't think of it.
She's like, I am
don't have-
stranded. I will live and
Yeah.
die in this bar.
Yes.
And I also like, I was like, okay, wait, I don't know how to go out. Like, I don't do it. So I was like, are you allowed to leave the bar and then come back in? And you know, there's like a $10 charge. They charge you $20? I don't know. So then I was like, well, living out.
So
And
you were
then-
gonna lose all
Yeah.
your money, and you're gonna live in a bar for the rest of your life. Wow.
I didn't have any money with me too. So then my friend's older sister comes up to me and she goes, sweetie, do you want to go home? And I go, yeah. And I literally start crying in the bar.
Wait, why are you crying?
Because I was so stressed out, and then she's like, "Do you want to go home?" And I literally started crying.
It was
I
like a
Wait,
life.
I thought
Wait.
you were already crying and she saw you.
No, she was on the verge of tears,
I
right?
was on the verge of
And
tears,
then this
she
was
comes
like
up.
a life raft in a storm, and you're
Yes.
just overwhelmed.
And her sister comes up and she's like, and I like start crying. I'm like, yeah. So she's like, okay, well my husband doesn't drink anything, so he will drive you home. Her husband is this like 6'4" like bald guy, like really like
Like
big
Lisa.
man. And I'm like, what? So he's like, okay. So then I try to like pat away my tears, wearing makeup, and then I go to my friend and I'm like, it was so great to see you. I love you so much. I hope you had a great wedding. I'll be praying for you. Blah
Wait,
blah blah.
were you still crying?
No, she patted her tears.
She patted her tears.
So then I start to walk out with her brother-in-law, and I literally
The bald guy?
legitimately start crying, like not like
bawling?
cute crying, but like crying from a place of deep torment and like
You're like,
your deepest wounds,
like that?
This was not because of the situation; it was because this reminded me of other situations.
You just
triggered
felt
a
abandoned.
deep wound in me.
She
So
felt
I
abandoned.
literally start crying, and I cannot stop crying. So this man is driving me
Wait,
back
had
to
you
where I'm
even met him
staying.
before?
No, I didn't really know him.
And also, wasn't this drive like 40 minutes long?
No, it was like 20 minutes.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
20
okay.
minutes,
Well, 20
I'm with
minutes.
this bald man, and I'm crying my eyes out.
Are you in the front
and he's
seat?
like, yes. He's like, you need to stop being so hard on yourself. And that made me cry even more. I was so hard on myself. I just wanted to be there with her, but I can't hang.
Oh, so this big bald guy is a real softie.
He was
Yeah.
just really, he's like, it's really mature of you to be able to talk about your emotions and be so deep. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
I feel like I'm letting everybody go. So
Wait,
yeah.
I have a question. When you got home, did you like give him a hug or something?
No, I just like I was like, thank
She's like,
you.
die.
He didn't like
Going out the window, didn't
Wait,
open
wait,
the door.
wait. I think I may have locked it out. I can't remember.
Wait, did he
I
like
was just so
offer
pissed.
you a tissue or something?
No, he was just like. So then, I got home. I went in and I cried and I went to bed. But that was
Wow.
that was
You cried more?
That's
But, like,
amazing,
I
Amy.
also, disclaimer, I called my friend before I told the story. And I was like, can I tell it? Because there's nothing offensive about you. And she's like, yeah, you can tell it. So yeah, that was me not being able
Amy
to.
has
be very
full
uptight.
permission to tell this story.
Yes.
So what you're saying is you were a member of the Sad Girls Club.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Moment.
Yes, I was.
Yes.
Shameless plug.
Ah, gotcha.
So that was my story.
Shameless hair play.
That
was
was
a
a
great.
That was a great
That
story.
was a touching
Amy.
story. Truly touched. Truly touched.
Honestly, I didn't know Amy had such storytelling abilities in her. Like until this happened a few days ago, I was
Yeah.
like, wow, this is a big part of my life.
So this is the crisis of my cursed car.
Her
Okay.
cursed
I couldn't tell what you said. Her
My
car
car
was
was smoky
cursed.
That
Just
was cursed.
We need subtitles when Amy speaks.
It all started
I'm kidding.
last August. Okay, number one thing that happened with the curse. I got a speeding ticket.
You don't need
let
to
me say something. Amy
Oh,
literally
please, I've gotten
drives
two.
like a dead person.
Yes, I was
Like,
literally.
she goes
okay,
like 10 under at all
This
times.
is the worst thing ever because this
Wait,
is
not when
literally
I'm
no
in the
good
car.
deed goes unpunished. Because I was driving back from volunteering with disabled children, listening to Christian music to practice
Oh
for
my
our
gosh.
Alive album.
Oh my
And I got
gosh.
a ticket because I wasn't
Brag,
paying
brag.
attention.
Oh.
So that was
Pay
a
attention.
curse. Number one curse. Number two, someone freaking hit my car. Did not leave one note. There was giant scratches.
that was a big like.
That was really bad.
scratch.
Number three, that was in September. In December, another person hit my dang car and didn't leave a note like Lauren. Not even an LOL. And they backed into the whole back panel. It cost thousands of dollars. Thank you.
Oh my.
And then I lane changed into somebody. While I had this distraction on the back, in the same side, I lane changed into this rude lady who was really not nice. She literally
Maybe because
goes-
you lane
Maybe
changed.
because you're
I
lane
am so
changing her.
sweet to people when they
I
lane
know,
change it to me.
it was so bad. But like, I was legitimately crying my eyes out, okay?
So
And she goes, the cop goes, she goes, it was all her fault. I was like, okay, thanks.
That's what I would
He's
do.
like, why don't you guys just, settle it through your insurance or whatever? You don't even need to bring it to insurance. It's not going to be that bad. And the lady's like, no.
Let me just say something. Amy is a small person. She has to have a driving pillow, and her car, which is what, a Cadillac something.
Yeah,
What is it?
yes.
It's like a smaller Cadillac. The point is, when you're in it, you can't see. Okay, like
Wait,
I look
really?
out the back.
That's the
I look out the back. I'm like, what's going on? I can't see.
So, literally, so I had destruction
In your
on the front,
opinion.
in the back. I go to get it fixed, and they break the stereo. They fixed it, and Nothing bad has happened since I got it fixed in like
Dang.
April. So it's been a really. Oh, then I washed my keys went through the washer.
Oh, yes.
And I locked them in the I locked them in the car once
Sounds like
too.
you are cursed,
So,
not your car.
That was the curse of the car. And I told this to this guy one time. He goes, "Your car isn't cursed. You're just a bad driver." I was like, "Excuse me."
He had the frying
Look,
pan of truth.
Amy wasn't-
Amy wasn't
pan.
driving when she put her keys in the washer. She wasn't
Amy
driving
wasn't
when
driving
two
when-
people hit
Yeah.
her car.
When her stereo got
When her
broken,
stereo
that was not her
broke, she wasn't
fault.
driving.
Yeah, it sounds like a real curse to me.
I
I,
think so.
mean, I'm not an
I think it's
expert, but
I guess.
I think it
I
was.
think I could diagnose
hers
as
is
that.
gone. Wait, what's
So,
it good?
I had to tell him,
Curse.
no, I am a good driver.
Good.
I'm
glad she is.
I was not
just lane
driving.
changed
It's never
into
when I
someone one
accidentally lane changed into somebody.
Look, we
but
all
it
do
wasn't
it.
even that bad, okay?
It's okay. It's
But
okay.
yeah. So I had the whole side of my car was damaged. I had the front
Yes.
damage and the back damage. So that was a
But now it's
ginormous
fixed.
crisis.
But now it's fixed, right?
rectified. Everything is good.
Okay.
Amy's current crisis.
So really, this should just be called Amy Can't Hang. Really?
Okay.
I just can't hang. I'm too high
Okay.
strung.
Okay.
Anywho, and I was actually calling myself chill, and everyone laughs
Why would you call yourself
because I don't realize
It's-
how high strung I am.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Do you laugh too when you say that?
No, because I don't forget.
You're like, I'm chill.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, so there's this thing about me where when I get emotionally sorry one sec. When I
Okay. Chill.
Okay.
Chill.
get, when I get
Take deep breaths.
emotionally overwhelmed, I faint. Okay, like my body shuts down. It's like sorry, no, because like maybe I don't know how to process emotions. Who knows? So.
Your body's like,
It doesn't know what to do with all the stress because it's so small. So,
Okay.
The stress doesn't know where to
the
go.
first time this very fun occurrence happened, this has happened at least 4 times in my life,
But
if
we'll
not
tell
more.
about the specific one.
The very specific first time it happened was when I don't even know why we did this. We were like, oh, Christina being a wing woman for Danny.
Yes.
She's like, oh, we'll go to the mall with this boy that we
famous unnamed boy.
that we did like a show with. I was like, okay. So we go, and it's so awkward.
It's just
I
tense.
literally wanted to die. He was like not even talking to us, even though he was like, "Oh yeah, do you want to go?" I was like, "What is going on?"
They were like totally like excited-ish acting, like kind of.
No,
like, let's
they
hang
weren't.
out.
They asked
No,
us.
they
to
were
hang
like,
out.
yeah, let's hang out, and then we hung out with them, and they were
They
ignoring.
acted
us.
like we were the
They
scum
were
in the
ignoring
ocean.
us like we were the scum. I was like, "Who are we? Why are we here? I don't want to be here." So all of this just like anxiety started building up, and I faint in the food court in the mall.
Hey,
Could've
it
been-
wasn't like we just turned around. Amy was on the
She was
floor.
on the floor.
Okay.
Did anyone
Fun
see
fact
it?
though, when I faint, I like spring right back up.
Yeah, she springs
She has
up.
like a quick faint.
But
Yeah.
okay, the worst part though was you didn't see this. Obviously, you were fainting, but he walked away
Yeah.
when she
Did he
fainted.
see it and then walk away?
He literally and his
He
friend
turned
just went.
around, I saw it.
They just went like, and they literally just left
When you're
immediately.
a sociopath.
And I really want to.
Catherine.
Okay, I really
No
want to say his
offense.
name and smear his name, but I'm not gonna do that.
No, no.
We are not in the business of ruining reputations. But anyway,
Not gonna compromise my Christianity.
yes, no compromise.
Yeah,
on
I'm not
collective
gonna say that.
Christianity.
He was young.
I go hate on you in the magazine.
No, that's just
Anyway.
weird. That's just weird though.
So yeah,
What person does that?
that's
it's weird.
A fun fact about me is
She
that I
faints.
faint when I'm emotionally
and,
overwhelmed.
and you had one.
It just happened last week, actually.
It was so sad.
It was.
Okay, here.
Saw
Wait, can I
boy,
tell from
hit
my
No,
pop?
no,
No,
we're
I
not
want-
talking
I
about
want-
it. Well,
it's
this
Amy's
is another
case.
story for another time, okay? We're already like way long on this podcast.
Kat,
kids.
she doesn't want to talk about it.
No,
okay?
I can talk about
Read
it,
the room.
but this will be another crisis.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Alright,
want a
full one
fainting
on
part
that.
too.
Yes, this is a series of fainting.
So there you
okay?
have it.
Thank you, everybody,
Amy
for
faints.
listening.
Yeah.
Take us home, Amy.
Hey guys,
Take us home.
so
I don't know.
I've had many a crisis in my day.
Yes.
Many
we
a
know.
crisis.
We heard.
It's a personality trait.
Mm.
But when I was a youngin, around the ages of 16, we had this thing called driving, and she ruined my life. I'm gonna throw Catherine under the bus because my mother refused to teach me how to drive for 6 months after I got my permit, which is when you can get your license because Catherine scared her.
Wait. I'll explain it. Because no,
Yes,
this
you
is
did,
true.
Catherine.
I'll explain it because she says that Catherine and Amy are similar because they're both very jumpy. Like they're both like that. So then, as she taught her, she was really scary. So then Lisa was fine, but then because Lisa's like chill. Well, you don't know that, but Lisa's very chill. So then she thought, oh, it's a second Catherine. I gotta buckle up.
She wouldn't do it. 6 months
Literally.
have gone by. She had not taught me how to drive. And I was literally sitting there. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to learn how to drive. I can have my lessons right now. My mother has not let me drive a car yet. And at this point, I was already like almost 17. I was very upset. So then, the first time I went driving, I actually accidentally did the gas instead of the brake at one point. It was so scary. So then, I finally get Lynn to take me driving. It
Lynn
goes
is
okay.
our mother?
Goes okay. I
For
call
all
her
of our
Lynn.
readers?
I actually call my mother Linny all the time.
Yikes.
Yeah, I go, hey, Linny. And she goes, hey. Anyway,
Cool.
so then
She goes,
I
"Hey."
finally get her to take me driving, and it goes okay, and I keep begging her, and she'll take me like maybe once a month. Catherine Ann, you're distracting
Sorry,
me.
Diddy looks like E.T.
Okay. because she's
She
wearing.
takes me driving.
Wait, because she's wearing a
Red
hoodie.
hoodie.
Look, I'm engulfed in anxiety, okay? I'm just trying to make it
Okay,
go
give the
away.
woman
I
some
didn't mean to
space.
cut off your
Come on,
story.
Amy,
I was
go
just-
It's
for
okay.
it. We
so
love
then
it.
she would take me driving like once a month because we were so freaking busy. So then a year goes by and my permit freaking expires. So I have to go get a new
Just
permit.
like her hope.
Yes. And I actually cried so bad because Alex is getting his license, or his permit too, and I was like, he's gonna get his license for me. I'm
Wait.
never gonna get my license.
Who's Alex?
Alex?
Alex is our brother.
Your younger brother.
My younger brother. He's 13 months younger than me.
Wow.
And everyone's like, wow, Alex is so capable. He'll probably be a way better driver. Whatever.
Hey, I have to say, he failed his test and you celebrated. I'm really glad.
I failed it at the same. Okay, I'm getting to that point in the story. So
Sorry.
then,
Yeah, you're giving it away.
I go to take I finally get to take my driving test. Like I go in, and they won't let me take it because the back like turning signal is out or something. Thank you, all of yous. Just you three.
Oh, we did not
And
maintain
then-
that shared car at all.
Exactly. So
true.
then I go back about, like, this was August 28th, and I went back on October 7th. And then on October 7th, I went back, and oh my gosh, I failed horribly. So badly.
Wait, and how
What
old are you at this point?
I was 18 years old.
What made you wait?
18.
How did you fail so bad? What happened?
I was just such a bad driver.
Like examples.
God was not with me.
Did you stop in the middle of an intersection or something?
No, he was just like, it was just not going well. The guy after the test, the scary guy, he looked like he literally looked like a homeless man. Like he was really like, he was like this not very nice dude. And I was like really scared. And then he's like, after I test, he comes in, he goes, we need to talk about her driving. Her lane changes are erratic. I start bawling. I'm literally sitting there in the DMV crying my ever-loving eyes out. And then Alex, I'm like, I failed. And then Alex is going to get his license and I'm going to be dead. And then, by the grace of Jesus, he failed too.
Can we talk about what we did?
Then we came home. And
Wait, this is my
This is
thing.
Christina's
I need
idea.
the credit.
they jumped. I was so embarrassed. I thought I was going to come home and everyone was going to laugh at me. What?
But you had a nice lady
Yes.
on your side.
So I
just
opened the
Christina,
door,
everyone else
and
wanted
then
to laugh.
Wait.
they jump out and start yelling, I get knocked down, but I get up again.
No,
Everybody
we had
that
the
song?
song playing.
Oh, I had it already. I was like, guys,
It
ready.
was really
And Amy was
encouraging.
crying.
And then
Yeah.
the Lord granted me a miracle because I don't know how it happened, but I became like a passable driver.
Wow. Were you going to say great? And then you're like,
I was gonna say okay. Then I realized that's passable. And then 2 weeks later, I go in. This is October. No. It was late September. Then October 14th, I go in, or 15th. I think it was one of those days. I go in, and then on that day, Alex and I were supposed to go in on the same day to take our tests. Alex got struck with the stomach flu that my entire family had. So I went in because I was well, and I got my license 1 week before him. Only because of the stomach flu. And then,
no, it keeps going.
I finally got it. I literally screamed. When the guy said that I passed, I
you
started screaming in the car. He was really weirded out.
my God.
He was like, what? I was like, I'm sorry. It's been 2 years. And then my friend at the time was like, like my friend at the time, we had this like thing, and I was like, okay, I'll call you when I get my license. And then I called him on the way home, and it was great. And then once a while, like pretty soon after that, like in the next year, I was talking to what's her name, Tila Dunn. She took her driving test from the same man.
Oh my gosh.
Can I interject something really quick? This just brings back a memory of my own test. This will literally take 1 second. But when I took my test, I did so horribly. And for the freaking parallel parking, I was so far from the curb. And it took like 10 minutes to do the test. And I was certain that I had made a grave error. And that's why I had gone back. And then she was like, yeah, you passed. I think she was just tired of like her job or whatever. And she was just like, whatever, I'll just let her pass. Like, she probably won't kill anyone. I didn't kill anyone, so that's good. But
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That was the story of the time that I got my license after 2 long years. That is 4 times what it's supposed to take. 4 times.
You know what? I just reflected and realized, like, you don't scare me with your driving anymore. Like, I mean, you veer into the shoulder sometimes and it goes.
but don't we all?
I don't. Every time Amy drives. No. You know those little grooves on the side of the road? Every time.
Never done it.
No.
Whatever.
Every
She
car.
has other things.
Guys, every car with Amy, she does that every time. I don't know why.
Christian
But-
gets so mad at me.
But
for
it's
that.
not scary. So
Thank you.
Yeah, I've never felt like my life was threatened.
I've been trying to do more unprotected lefts to like stretch myself. They're so scary. They
Well,
are.
round of applause for Amy.
She
got her license, yeah.
And now it's been like what? How old am I now? It's been 4 years.
Amazing.
We're going to go to Amy's current crisis.
no
But-
offense. This is my favorite segment.
But
Okay.
before we jump into this, even though she hates, oh wait, never mind. But even though you hate that you're a 6, you can't do this segment if you're not a 6.
True.
Well, I have a lot of crises.
If you're wondering what a
not the
6
same,
is,
Yeah.
Enneagram we
Look
talked
up
about
the
earlier.
Enneagram.
Google the Enneagram.
None
But-
of these would be a crisis for you.
Yes. Okay. But before we jump into
Find
this,
a ride
I
home,
want to
like,
say a quick thank you. I want to say a quick thank you to our sponsor, Ginger Shots.
Which
I
are
already took
sometimes
mine.
called gingy shots.
Okay, I said that, but don't repeat that. Basically, if you're trying to get cold pressed, organic ginger into your system ASAP, this is what you need.
And it tastes real good, and it's intense.
The apple
It
one
is
is
Very intense.
the apple one.
The apple one is so.
You just drink it. I want to drink mine
I
too.
just drank
Took
some,
mine.
and I
I
didn't
have an
even.
apple.
If
Ooh,
anyone
kinda
doesn't
lime
want
in
to
my
drink
nose.
theirs right now, I'll drink it.
I'm gonna drink mine. Okay, Amy, why don't while we have our drinks here,
Oh my god.
we have our refreshments.
Everyone kick back and take a drink of ginger.
Oh my gosh, wait, I just laughed while I took that,
You open this?
and it went into my nose.
That's not good. That's never
bad.
good.
Oh no. You
All right.
okay, honey?
Oops.
Okay, so
Hit us.
my name is Amy, and I have a lot of crises. A
Wait,
lot
why
of
are
them
you
surrounding friends. Getting into it. Let me do it my way. A lot of them surrounding friends.
Okay.
So I have this friend, and she is one of my favorite people in the universe, maybe ever.
Same.
Yeah. Her name is
It's
Megan.
me. I'm just kidding.
It's not Christina. Her name is Megan. She's really lit. But so Megan and I literally we met and we were not friends for like a year. Number one, because Megan's a sketchy name.
Okay,
is.
Amy
So
thinks
wait,
it's a sketchy
on
name.
Your end.
Amy
Wait, so you
believes.
judge someone based on something
Okay,
they couldn't
Well,
confirm?
not just
so-
that. But like she like would wear all black and be all like I don't know, like just wearing all black, and I was like, okay.
What if she
So like
was
we
God?
just didn't like connect right away because we
No,
didn't really have time
you-
to talk.
You said you did not talk to her on purpose
Because her name
purpose.
was Megan.
because you thought it was a sketchy
She
name.
knows that though.
Okay,
But
so
not even
continue.
not actually on purpose, but like I was
Okay.
like, okay,
Okay,
with
whatever.
it.
Very
But yeah,
intriguing.
So for some reason we just did not connect.
For
until,
some
like,
reason.
I love you, Megan, more than anything. So then,
Gosh, that was kind of my nose too. Don't laugh.
When it goes in your nose.
Okay, don't laugh while you're doing
okay, so then we were. This was like right after we started being friends, and we were going to a party with Christina. Well, it was more like a social gathering, and
Isn't that what a party is?
it was in the Catholic circle, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so
Irrelevant facts.
we're on our way there, and then I'm like, what the heck? Megan has not been like answering my texts or like anything, and I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. Like, is she ditching me? I don't know. Is she flighty on focus?
You were
Who
telling
knows?
me, we were in the car and Amy was just like, oh, she's so bad texting. Like,
Yeah.
she never gets back to me. She never answers my calls, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, this girl sounds really sketchy.
Like
So-
literally.
Because I didn't know her.
So then I like called her like once or twice. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna call her again, like one more time, and we'll see what happens. Like, hopefully she'll answer. I don't know what's going on. So I want to know if she's coming or not. So then I call her. She goes, hey, I've been trying to call you, and I was like, what?
You're like, yeah, right. I don't have any missed calls.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't get like, I was like, why haven't you been answering any of my like texts? And she's like, I have been. I was like, what are you talking about? No, you haven't.
Oh, so you're like,
And
she's
then-
real sketchy.
Yeah.
You're like,
No,
liar.
she's
Yeah.
lying too.
And then she's like, no, like, and then she like tells me, and I was like, what the heck?
Wait.
And then
She told you this on the phone or in person?
on the phone. And then she's like, it's really weird because like when I try to call you, like I can't call you.
Huh, that is weird.
So Christina goes, there's no way you like blocked her number, right?
Oh wait, quick backstory. Amy loves to leave her phone laying around unlocked with the camera
With
open
the
or
light
Snapchat
on.
open, the light
She'll
on.
leave the
The light is always on.
Can I
Amy's
tell you
phone is
something?
unlocked more than it's locked.
No, it is. Now the thing
got
is,
nothing to
today
hide.
I actually called 2 people on accident. That's like a record.
And you would frequently, she
pocket
accidentally
dials
calls
people.
She accidentally calls the guy that she has like a crush on like multiple times in a
Had.
row. Which is, no, you would do this in your past by
This
accident.
has happened many
Which
times
is
to me.
so embarrassing.
Like, no, one time my phone literally turned itself on and called the guy I was literally obsessed with 5 times. 5. No less.
That's a cool way to
Not
seem, you know,
more,
really, you
not
know,
2.
nonchalant.
No, I was really weirded out. So then she's like, you didn't block her number, right? I was like,
You're like,
I
no.
do not think I did not block her number. Like, I don't know what's going on. So then I look, her number was blocked. I inadvertently,
that?
accidentally, somehow, the phone gods that hate me, they blocked her number.
Your phone is bouncing around in your purse, unlocked. It's like
Calling your
contact
crush.
is pulled
Guys,
out.
I called 2 people, and they were
Okay.
both in class today at like their respective schools.
And can I just say something? Amy's had multiple phones over the past 5 years.
It ain't the phone.
they all
baby.
do it.
the
Wait,
phone.
that
you.
needs to be another segment.
It's not
your
the phone.
Yes, don't talk about it now.
It's not the
I
phone.
don't
segment.
get it. How did she even get? Okay, when you texted her, even though you blocked her number, they went
They
through.
can get texts.
But
They just can't
But
do
she
you
can't
can't
text you.
receive texts.
And then when you called her,
She can
She
get
can
my
answer.
call,
She
but she
can
can't
answer.
call
She can call
me.
you
She
back.
can't call.
So then, no, today, literally, this is really just an off-topic story, but today, literally, I was like walking and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, oh my gosh, my phone is literally calling someone. And then I like hung up really fast. I was like Snapchat calling him. And then they like text me and I was like, I'm so sorry. He's like, it's okay, I wasn't in class or anything. I was like, wait, are you being serious or
Oh,
not?
please, put your phone on silent. You go to
And he
class.
was
It's basic learning.
Then they're like, LOL, was I? And I was like, I don't know. I don't understand when people are being facetious or not. Like, hello, you know that about me.
Wait, through a text?
No, through
How are you
Snapchat.
supposed to pick up facetiousness through a text?
Exactly.
You're not.
So
I could.
it was just really awkward.
People
And then I
have
called another girl who was in class earlier. So
Wow.
Wow,
So
Amy.
that was the story of the time Amy blocked her friend's number.
Just because her name was Megan.
We're gonna dive in to
Ooh.
Amy's current crisis.
Oh, it's lit.
The title of this is
The Curse.
of the Friend Zone.
number one,
Dun, dun,
okay.
dun.
I can't promise I won't cry because I'm oddly emotional. Number 2,
All right, give it to us.
I'm in the oddest mood I've ever
She's
been
in a
in.
weird mood. Dun, 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 dun.
I've been doing the weirdest.
Dun, 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 dun. That's how I feel when you said the
Come on,
curse.
give it to us. All right, give it to us,
Okay,
lady.
I'm sorry. So, I would like to borrow a phrase for Christina. I am a vivacious young lady, as Christina would like to say.
I describe myself.
And so like my whole life, I think I just really didn't want anyone to like me. I just think I really did it, and it's not like
Why do you
Why
think?
would you not want someone to
consciously I
like you?
did
because you
it.
feel unworthy.
It's not
Explain that to our
consciously
readers.
because like
Was it because you were scared?
I was just too scared, and I didn't know that. I just went around just liking people.
Scared of what? The commitment?
I don't know everything.
Opening
feel
up?
seen.
Attention, being seen.
yes,
truly
all
seen?
the above
You're
are
comfortable
correct.
being invisible.
So your girl went and decided to befriend very attractive guy for some
Very,
reason
very
who
attractive.
liked me too. And like we like we had this like it's a weird vibe that goes in the middle of friends and liking each other. So it's like
snake. It's like typical
Yeah.
over the line.
it's called typical man. So
It's not a typical man. It's a typical snake.
So like, but these are the boys that I was talking about in an aforementioned podcast where I was like, all these boys were the same, oddly uptight, blah blah blah, and they were a specific type, and we would become. But I'm not actually that mad at it now because I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to like really deeply get to know these guys, see how they date people, be like blah blah blah, and like I didn't actually like date anyone, so I can be like, didn't date you, good.
Did they get to know you?
I think actually I did from a personality
talked
out
a
there a
lot.
lot. We would talk for like hours on phone. I'd be like, hey. And they'd be like, hey. And then it was fun. So, but the most, I'm saying these stories are so funny. The two best friend zones I've ever gotten. Number one, I got friend zoned by a 12-year-old.
What?
When you were how old?
Best friend.
When you
I was
were-
21.
Oh my gosh.
I don't
He accidentally said, "We love you" to me, speaking for all the boys and him. But
he's like, "We love you."
He goes, "We love you," but like as a friend, obviously, like a sister. I mean, I am 21, so you don't need to friend zone me. It is okay. So that is the time I got friend zoned by a 12-year-old, and I've also gotten friend zoned by a 30-year-old. This was a bizarre.
When you were how
thing.
old?
21.
Okay.
So like this boy,
Checking.
we were like, he was
Okay.
he's
Anyway.
low
ain't no
key
boy.
so cute, but he's the same type as everyone else. So he got this girlfriend, and
It wasn't her.
she was this other short, brown-haired girl, and I was like, okay, whatever. Apparently there are others.
Short brunette.
Who would have thought?
I go to leave, and he goes, "See you, buddy," and I was like, "What? That wasn't even masterful.
Wait, sorry, can I just cut in here? I'd like to give a public service announcement. If you're trying to friend zone someone, just be honest. Please don't call them buddy.
Yes!
That is really weird.
I like to
Okay.
do that all
you
the
can
time.
you can call your guy friends buddy, but
But
Don't
now,
call a girl. Is that what
don't
you're
call a
saying?
girl
Don't call
buddy.
girl
That's
buddy.
freaking weird.
Just literally just be like, oh yeah,
Unless
just
it's buddy
don't
mom.
flirt with people you don't like, and then you won't have to friend zone people.
That's a great
Okay?
suggestion.
It's a very
I think
clear
that's a frying
thing.
pan of truth moment.
So Amy, your curse, how many years did it last?
All my life until this year.
How
So
many
you
times
came
did it
out of
happen?
the womb,
This
friend zone
happened
immediately.
so many
doctor's like-
times.
The doctor was
Literally.
like, I'm cutting the cord, but just has a friend.
No, but I have something to add. That guy, that 30-year-old and I are actually like really good friends, and he
he tell you about his
thinks
deep,
I'm
dark
like his sister now. So he's like, yeah,
Even worse.
little sister. I'm like, okay,
Hey,
worse than
okay,
you.
calling someone a sister is better than buddy.
sister
Yeah,
in
it is.
Christ.
It truly is.
Or
But
friend.
like, here's the
friend.
thing,
Friend.
like.
Thank you, friend.
I say I friend zone people with friend a lot. I'm like, thanks, friend.
Yes, but it's like the thing is, you would not have to friend zone people if you would just respect them and their time and not talk to them like a wench, okay? You can literally just pretend like you're talking to, I don't know, your
business
dad or something, okay?
Hey, can I borrow some money?
Did they talk about like girls they had crushes on when you talked to them?
No!
And then one day they're like, oh, I have a
Then
girlfriend.
one day they're like, oh yeah, I have a girlfriend. I'd be like, what? I would
Grabs
be
ginger
so
shot.
mad because they'd be like, there was this one boy, I was 17 years old, that rat. No offense, I love you. But we're still friends. But like, he's like, because I don't like him that anymore.
Anyway.
But like, one night I'm just living my life, and we were like, he lived in NorCal and I lived in SoCal. So then one night I'm just like, oh, what'd you do today? And he's like, oh, I went on a date. I was like, excuse me? Who? What?
dare
What?
you?
Don't-
How? What? What? Who? What? We have been FaceTiming like every night. So like, okay.
Like, when did you have
I
time to
didn't
go on
say
a
that.
I took all your time.
I didn't say that, but I was like, what? But I am apparently a masochist. I don't know. But I would just like ask and be like, oh, that's cool. How's it going?
How did it go? Yeah.
Like, oh, what?
Giving
I'd be like,
relationship
so, like,
advice to
have you?
crush.
One of my famous ex-loves has asked me for relationship advice because we are friends.
Is disgusting anyway.
Anyway, but it's like, it's different. Anyway, so then he's like, I was like, wait, what? Oh, okay, cool. And then he's like, this is over texting. Thankfully, I could collect myself. Crying peace. And then he's like, we've been on like 5 dates. I was like, what?
You're like, when?
Why did you not tell me the first date? But I didn't say that, obviously, because that's too confrontational for me. I don't know. But I was just like, why did you not, like, what? And I never, like, I just, like, let him date this girl. Went up.
You let
I let him with it. Like,
You're really starting to sound like a shepherd.
I let him out of the cage. I mean, we just stayed friends. Came up, visited, hung out with them. They didn't even act like they didn't even act like they were dating, so that's cool.
They were friend zoning each other.
They were. So then and I literally had this happen a multitude of times. And you know what? I'm okay with it now because it's the past.
What'd you learn?
We're good. I learned it's actually good to just be friends with people and get to like see, because you get to see how they date people and blah blah blah, and you get to like connect with people in a different way. But it's obviously not good to be friends with people that you're in love with. So stop it, and you're not in love with them. Okay, no matter what, you're not. If you are hopelessly obsessed with someone who does not like you, you are not in love.
Well, I think in love means there's two people involved.
Yes,
Yeah.
like in the movies, it always makes me so angry when they're like, I'm in love with you. You're not. You just like them, okay?
Okay.
So move
By the way,
on.
just a quick thing.
Whoa.
Just a quick thing.
Oh, Amy needs to
Hold it loud and say
So gentle.
I feel like it was too much power, like Thor's hammer. Once she got, she was like,
So we're gonna head over to
Amy's
Amy
corner.
Land.
I'm like really nervous.
And
right
I'll tell
now.
you. Okay. So listen, we're taking it back to the theme, which is Who Told You song. You know, that's the theme. And this is titled. I titled this as if it was a video. It's called "I Hated My Height, Not Clickbait."
Emotional. I actually am
Gone wrong.
on the I don't know why I'm literally about to cry.
So
I
tell
don't know
us
why. I'm just
about
so
the
nervous.
time you hated your height.
Well, one time I was born. And
It's about to get emotional.
I am so emotional. I don't know why. I'm literally gonna cry. It's okay.
Just say
Maybe I
it.
won't.
it's like,
okay.
it's like Amy's current crisis live in real time.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is not going to be about just height because that's such a shallow thing. It's more about a general thing. So in my life, height is part of it. So like, I have a big like conformist streak. Basically, all of me is conformist. It's not like a streak; it's a whole painting. So I grew like I was born whatever, got diagnosed with Turner syndrome when I was 9 after trying to figure out for like 4 or 5 years like what it was.
Why you weren't growing?
Yeah, I stopped growing when I was 5, I think, or 4, or like I just really, really slowed the growth. So like for like 4 or 5 years, I was just like chilling at like really small, like right under 4 feet. So then I got diagnosed and I started taking growth hormones. And then I grew a foot from when I was 9 till I was like 13, and then I just kind of like stopped growing. So for me, like I always like wanted to be the same as people, but I was born into a very like just a very different place. Like I have like all these siblings, and I was born to a giant, really religious like family that was like very like different, and everything about me was different. I was homeschooled. I did all these things that were very different, and I was really loud, and I hated being really loud because like I wanted to be quiet and mysterious like Lauren. And then like
Don't we all?
exactly. And I just wanted to be the same, and I hated the fact that like I wasn't the same as like the only people that like understood me, like which was like them, because they all understood growing up in the same way. But I wasn't the same because I had this like condition that made me different, and I looked different, and I hated being different in general. Like I hated it. I was always trying to find a place to like fit in. But I thought I was trying to belong, but I was really just trying to fit in. But you can't like fit in when you're so different, and I hated being different. I would always like I thought about this today, and I was like, something like this would be way better for Lisa, who wants to be different than everyone else. Like, it would be way easier for her. She'd be like, I'm 3 feet tall. I'm so different. Yay. I did not like it. I was like, oh my gosh, everyone is I'm like a potted plant. Everyone else like a redwood tree. This is just really not good. So then I had to really like I had to just be like, look, lady, and like slap myself with the frying pan or whatever. And I had to be like, you're not going to grow anymore unless you get one of those psycho surgeries that like gives you 3 inches on your legs, which is weird as frick. And you're just short, and that's how it is. And you have this genetic disease. You can't change your X chromosomes. You can't do these things. So you have to realize, like, you're different, and that's just how it is. And I was literally struggled with this in my entire life until really, like, this year. Like, well, I guess last year, because now it's 2018. But, like, I really had so many, like, I had so much... Like, it was just so hard for me to get my head around the fact that I wasn't going to be like everyone else. And it was so difficult because when you're different in a physical, like, way that people can see, like when you have a big family, when you're really short, people think that they can ask you really offensive questions and it's totally fine. They can be like, oh, you have so many siblings, your poor mom. I'm like, excuse me, which one of us do you not want to exist? Like, you want to tell us? Or they're like, wow, your parents must be bored. Okay, thanks, next. I'm glad I exist.
But
I hope
you
you are.
personally...
And, like, for me, like, they'd be like, why are you so short? And I'd be like, well,
Why are you short?
I'm just, like, really short. And, like, they'd be like, why are you short? And, like, you have
Let
weird
me just
fingers.
tell you about this personal thing in my life that you have no business asking.
I literally would just be like, okay, genetics. It's just people are short, people are tall. Like, it happens. But it was just, like, people would, like, comment on these things. And then when we got on the internet, people would comment more. And it just, like, I was the kind of person, I still am, that, like, takes... And I really have been trying to, like, shed this side of me, but, like, that takes comments and, like, and puts them as, like, because I was always trying to figure out who I was, what I was. So I would take everything that people said about me and just, like, try it on and be like, okay, I am annoying. Or, like, okay, maybe I'm not annoying. I don't know. Or, like, I am this and I am that. And so I really had to learn, like, okay, like, what people say isn't exactly, like, the truth about you, and it isn't, like, they don't know. Even the people sometimes that know you the best don't actually, like, they can say things that you take completely differently, and then you put them as a label, but they're not yours to claim.
So how did you end up embracing your height? Because you used to hate it. I remember you used to act all the time like, I hate being short. And then you changed it. And you
had
a different vibe. And you acted differently after you changed it.
You were owning it.
I honestly don't know. I can't remember the exact moment.
Well, you start having these little phrases of, like, good things come in small packages, or, like, I'm fun size. Like, you had, like, little positive
that.
spins
you made
that you
it.
used to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. And, like,
and
it
you started
just,
dressing really cute. Remember you put that yellow outfit on? That was super
Yes,
cute.
that was my power outfit. Thank you.
Sunshine yellow.
That was my power
that's
outfit.
me. Because, like, I
Yeah,
found...
you stopped trying to
I
dress
had
like
to,
someone else.
learn to be, like, I put on all these things, and then I had to take all the labels off of myself, and I had to, like, figure it all out. So I guess I just one day, like, slapped myself enough times to where I realized, like, okay, this is me, and it's chill.
When you say slap, I feel like people can
Metaphorically.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what
Metaphorically,
exactly does that
slap
mean?
myself with the truth.
Be
Metaphorically.
stern with your thoughts.
Yes.
You're like, whoa, stop being mean to yourself.
Yes.
Not slapping yourself like, you deserve to be in
Slapping
pain.
myself with my, like, metaphorically. You know?
Okay, that's good. So that's the story of Amy's Height Chronicles.
Yes.
So it's Amy's current crisis, which I don't know what this is. I'm taking a wild guess because it's pretty plain, straightforward. It's can't make decisions. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong.
Decision singular.
Can't make decisions.
Can't make some
Well,
decision.
she couldn't even make
I'm
the
gonna
decision.
take a wild guess. I think this is referring to let me just give you a statement on Amy's personality, which is most people, tell me if I'm wrong, most people have one voice in their head like, oh, should we do this? Maybe not. Well, I say we in my head. I don't know why. I say we. I don't know if you say I say we.
I say I.
But Amy, her specific personality has an entire committee in her head.
Yes.
You could do this. Oh, no, but that could go wrong. Oh, boy,
So
this.
much.
I don't know about that. Oh, how about this? No, that's a bad idea.
Like in the movies in like the 1700s when they're doing like meetings with
It's in
all
the-
the governors and stuff.
Inside
the
Out.
wigs.
Inside Out. Inside
I'm
Out.
not thinking
all
Inside Out.
Guys, Amy couldn't even make a decision on how to
This
do
is my-
the segment about not being able to make
Yeah, we're like,
decisions.
so do you want to do that? She's like,
I have to think about it. Okay.
So this is the crisis.
I
Amy's current
have-
crisis.
Yes. Okay. So decisions do not come easily to me. It's so hard for me because I have a genuine freaking fear of making the wrong decision or like a bad decision. So when I try to go in and make decisions, I try to get other people to make them for me. So like I have a committee in my head and there is much bureaucracy, but also like I try to also make a committee outside of my head. So I will call people for everything. This is one
literally
thing,
call.
one thing I'm trying to
Yes.
not do, but like I was trying to decide between shoes. It took me an hour. I called her, I called her, I called
It was
her.
2 options.
You called other
It
people
was
too,
3.
didn't
It was
you?
3. I only called you 3. And I could not decide. It took me an hour.
And let me just say, I was sitting there going, don't get Converse, please. Don't do it. Don't. She's like, oh, but I don't know if I want. I'm like, don't. Do not
And then I
get
bought
them.
them.
yeah.
I went home and I went back and I returned them.
Yes. So she bought the Converse. And then I was like, oh my gosh.
It's just, I have a pathological fear. I don't know if that's really the right use of that word, but like, I have a really bad fear of making a bad decision or a wrong decision because like decisions are so important. So like,
they're
even when it
not.
comes to things like, so I've been trying to like be like, okay, I'm going to pick out shoes and just do it really fast. And it's so scary. I am such a like when it comes to going on trips, if I can't decide, my body decides for me and it makes me sick. So I don't go. So I just end up laying in my bed the whole weekend instead of like either having a relaxing weekend at home or going to the place. Like I always get sick and I like lay there and I'm like boiled again. It's like
Wait, I want to say when we were playing the segment, Amy was trying to think. It's like she's like, well, when I was a young warthog.
From Lion King.
I didn't even
none of them knew that. None of them knew that.
And I also want to say that I love how you called everyone, you went through the struggle, you finally made the decision to buy the Converse, and then you unmade it and you got the Adidas.
And did you die? No.
Yeah.
You
It
didn't
was
die.
great. And I've been trying very hard to not like let other people, not make other people make my decisions for me. I've been trying. It's hard.
cool.
It's very hard.
That's an important step though. Like everyone in adulthood has to come to that conclusion at some point. Like I'm an adult. I have to make my own
So
decisions.
funny.
It's
I
like
think
taking
people
full
never come to
responsibility.
that
I think
place,
Amy tried to make the decision on getting Converse or Adidas or whatever. She put more thought into that than I've put thought into anything I've ever made a decision on. Like I
Into
literally am
every
like,
decision
this is
you've
this,
ever
that,
made.
This is this, that, this is that. Like I take like 0.5
I
seconds.
can't do
She
it.
took like 3 hours, so it's like it's just more.
Because it's like, this is this, but what about this, but what about this, but I don't know. The future.
I would just be like, okay, I'm gonna get this, and then I'll get the other one in like 3 months.
No, that's another way to think
Seems
about
like that
things.
meme. Why can't we have both?
Yes,
It's another way to think about things.